I was never scared.
Finances, fuel, and supplies are taken away.
And I'm screeching.
Freedom keeps spreading! Despite the media lies, freedom rolls on! Even though threats of force is made, freedom reigns! The modeling shows no sign of the spread of truth slowing down. The variant of freedom is expected to infect the major population of Canada, spreading to around the world. The variant of freedom is opening businesses! It's opening churches and education, hospitals, seniors' homes, and homes and our family homes with no restrictions! Freedom is making everyone essential. Families, neighbors, and friends are healing and bonding. Freedom guarantees you get additional variants of life, liberty, and security for all. Freedom is a force to be reckoned with and cannot be stopped, uniting us in love for one another from coast to coast. The east to the west, the north and the south. Stopping division in its tracks, ending lockdown, medical segregation, and intolerance for the vaxxed or the unvaxxed. Premier Blaine Higgs, your threats cannot take the steam out of this freedom convoy. It's resistant to your irrational mandates and idiotic orders.
Right on. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Going forward, Mr. Higgs, freedom calls for your resignation.
Yes!
Including Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jennifer Russell, Education Minister Dominic Carty, and Dorothy Shepherd, Health Minister. You tried to kill freedom, but it returned as a stronger strain. We will now have to learn to live with this variant called freedom. Live, socialize, eat, and work without fear, because freedom is here to stay! I know that not all of you pray, and I know that you all don't believe in Jesus. Some of you do. But I'm going to stand here because some people tell me that religion doesn't have anything to do with freedom.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm telling you, you show me a country that's free, that doesn't allow the freedom of religion.
That's right.
And so I'm just going to take my liberty, if you don't mind, and I'm going to stand here on this mountain, and I'm going to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
How do you follow that speech? Just say amen and climb down the hill? I'm just going to make a few short comments. Her speech said it all. But I just want to address the officers that are here. The National Telegraph has just gotten word from a source inside the Ottawa Police that one of their staff sergeants has resigned from his position today. Likely over a disagreement with the city's policing philosophies towards the Freedom Convoy. This is a major development for the Ottawa Police, as senior NCOs are the core of any police force, and enforcing anything without their leadership is extremely difficult. The source also said that there is an unusual high rate of uniformed officers taking stress leave, vacation days, and sick days. They're sick of this mandates, and they're sick of enforcing illegal mandates that violate the Constitution and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Those officers know what they swore an oath to. They swore an oath to you.
That's right.
The citizens of Canada. This is another indicator that the people inside the police force are not happy with the direction they're receiving from their political leaders. Blaine Higgs put in these mandatory mandates for public health and safety. And then what does he do this week when he hears that there's going to be a protest here? He changes the mandate to give him more powers to control you.
Exactly. That's right.
Is that about public health and safety, officers?
Hell no!
It's never been about public health and safety. It's been about control.
Control, exactly.
And that's what he's doing in violating our rights and freedoms. And I'm going to skip right over to this. And I wish that people from the Crown Plaza were still outside. The CBC story this week tried to vilify the protesters, blaming them for stopping businesses operating in the downtown. The chief of police, instead of upholding the charter, he's bowing to the political pressure of Blaine Higgs.
Cowards.
To Trevor Morgan of the Crown Plaza. For 2 years, the government has restricted travel and reduced the seating capacities and have mandated V-passes, further reducing your clientele, and now you speak about 2 days of protest. Take a serious look at who is destroying your business and join your voice with ours. The government's been saying, yes, you can open, no, you have to close, you have to reduce capacity, you have to put in all these plastic barriers, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's a game of Simon Says.
Yeah, exactly.
So I asked Trevor Morgan of the Crown Plaza, aren't you tired of this yo-yo government and its mandates? I know we are. And another thing, they say they're lifting these mandates. Don't be fooled.
Exactly. Yeah.
They lift them this week and put them on the next, and lift them this week and put them on the next. And to Trevor Morgan, all of these people, we would be supporting your business if the government wasn't mandating us to stay out. Mr. Higgs, try as you may, we will not be silent. You will be held accountable for your actions. May God keep our land glorious and free. And Bonnie and I always end our videos, and I hope you're watching them. Facebook is severely cramping our style, but we're going back to Ottawa next week, and we're going to send more out. We're taking jerry cans. We're going to fill them with diesel. We're going to see these truckers get their fuel. And together, we win.
All right, so we're going to invite someone up here that everyone knows. Welcome up, Jasmine Como.
That picture up.
Hello, everyone. Many of you already know who I am. For the one
Is she the one that's in the
who
wheel?
don't know me, my name is Jasmine Como. I'm 17 years old,
Yeah.
and I'm from Miramichi, New Brunswick.
She's the one.
I'm a grade 12 student, and I'm a vaccine injured victim.
Yeah.
I took the vaccine for these reasons. I wanted a normal life back, like going to restaurants with my friends and family, and be able to hang out to the movies with my friends, go to the church, and join school indoor and outdoor events. Most important, I want to be able to graduate with my friends of class 2022. After my first dose, I decided not to go for the second dose. I wanted to make an informed decision. But our government, Mr. Blaine Higgs, put so much pressure on getting the population vaccinated that he made the vaccination mandatory. I would need a proof of vaccination to be able to have a last normal school year. I felt pressured, Mr. Blaine Higgs, as well Dr. Jennifer Russell,
She's the one I seen on YouTube.
Dominic Carney, and Dorothy Shepard. They all said more than once that the vaccine was safe and effective. They lied to me. They all lied. On September 22nd, I took the second dose of Pfizer COVID vaccine. I want everyone here to know that I did not give informed consent because they never made me aware of the possible side effects of the vaccine, like the ones I suffer from today. It went from the feeling the back of my neck stiffen up, having a huge headache, feeling pins and needles in my left foot immediately after the injection, to losing feelings and sensation and reflexes of my left leg and foot. Since October, I'm unable to walk and I'm in a wheelchair. Now you know my story. Let me explain how I've been and still being treated. My mom had to stop working so she can take care of me and advocate for me. I spent a total of 13 days in the hospital, Miramichi Regional Hospital and St. John Regional Hospital. I had numerous tests done. One neurologist confirmed I had a severe adverse reaction to the vaccine that attacked my nervous system and damaging nerves. 2 pediatric doctors confirmed also the same. I'm also exempted from all future vaccines. I cannot even get a tetanus shot. This so-called COVID-19 vaccine is not safe. It made me unsafe. Now that I need all of those special medical equipment for my family to take care of me at home, they come with a cost My mom had to fight constantly to get some help with the cost of the expensive equipment. And she won with some help of our MLA of Miramichi, Michelle Conroy, who put pressure on Premier Higgs and the Minister of Social Development. But now it's an ongoing battle and fight again for getting the proper care and treatment that I need. The neurologist, my pediatrician, and my family doctor all sent referrals for the intense rehab at the Stan Cassidy Center here in Fredericton. Guess what? They rejected me. Not once, but twice. We got for answer that they don't take vaccine injuries. They won't take me because I'm a vaccine injury. Shame on you, Dr. Rodick at Stan Cassidy. Last week, 1 week after the upsetting news that I won't get rehab, I got told by the guidance counselor of my school that I won't be able to graduate with my class of 2022. Because due that I had missed on so much school days and assignments, I could only go to school for half a day because I'm in so much pain. And I'm on so much pain medication that it's hard for me to stay focused. Can you imagine? My only main reason why I took the vaccine was to be able to graduate this year with my graduate friends. And this has been taken away from me as well. I did mention in many stories and interviews, my only wish was to graduate, get my diploma this year, and had a normal last school year. I feel like I've been punished. When I got this terrible news, I was and am still really devastated, sad, frustrated, and heartbroken. But I will never give up. You will see me at every rally and march for freedom. And I will never stop speaking out, and I will never stop fighting back. My soul has not been destroyed. These mandates did not only take my rights and freedom away, but they did also took my health away and my dreams, my graduation year away from me. I did comply to our corrupted government by taking 2 vaccines. I won't comply anymore. Mr. Blaine Hicks, you know my story and you still ignore me. I'm asking you one more time to please take these harmful mandates down now. My rights and my freedom, my health and my graduation year has been taken away from me, but I still have my voice, and I will tell my story over and over until you stop ignoring me. I'm going to fight this government all the way to the top. My speeches are making waves, and I will never stop. coming to these rallies and seeing you all, my freedom friendlies, makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I'm making a difference. And I want to say thank you to all of you who care about me. And thank you for listening to me. Thank you for always being there to me. I want to end this by, I want to thank all the truckers and to every single one of you here today and to all of the organizers for this event. They deserve a hand of applause or a hug. God bless you.
Thank you, Jasmine. We just have a quick announcement that we want to make for Jasmine and her family. We are going to have a graduation party this summer for Jasmine, and we would like everyone to attend. So we do have a message here from Ottawa that we're going to try and play for everyone as well, and then we are going to get Nicholas Pereira up here.
Thank you to everybody in Ottawa, Toronto, at the border, wherever you are fighting for our freedom right now. I appreciate you. I love you. It's all unity. It's something that Canada hasn't had for a very long time now. I want you guys to know that I'll be there in a second if you need me. This fight ain't over yet. We're making good headway. I'm going to spit a 16 right now for you guys. Now this one's pretty relevant with the times, especially with everything that's going on. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Can you see the forest through the trees? More importantly, that hand that feeds with uncanny reach? Let me remind you with these 3 words, I can't breathe. I can't believe we're still here. We might be indefinitely, unless we stand up, unite, and lead. Fight that money-hungry, greed-infested, separatist and racist machine. Form a regime so unique, the beast loses his teeth when he tries to eat. It's time to be defiant when these times is bleak. Believe me, I see you sitting in silence when I speak against these tyrants trying to use a virus for political reach. Cynical me for not believing what I see on TV. Creatures of habit, so they form a pattern and lie every week. With only 2 sides to the story, the writer hides his deceit. Most of the time we buy in, even if it's you against me. So let's alleviate that narrative and tear it piece by piece. It's becoming more apparent to me that history repeats. Peace to the Freedom Convoy. No more mandates. Let's end this shit now. Peace.
Alright, so we're going to get Nicholas Pereira up here. New Brunswick, Canada! I want you to make so much noise that every trucker and freedom fighter in Ottawa and from coast to coast hears our demand to end these mandates now! I want to start with one of my favorite quotes from the 13th Prime Minister of Canada, Mr. John Diefenbaker. He said, I am Canadian, free to speak without fear, free to worship in my own way, free to stand for what I think right, free to oppose what I believe wrong, or free to choose who shall govern my country. This heritage of freedom I pledge to uphold for myself and all mankind. We stand with you, Mr. Diefenbaker! Specifically, I want to bring your attention to the line that says, "Free to choose who shall govern my country." Because, my friends, I hate to be the one to tell you, but we are at war. It is not a war of weapons, so many cannot see it because they have been blinded by the most dangerous weapon of all, the legacy media and the mass propaganda designed to impose fear, division, and control. That is the real weapon in which we must fight! It is an unusual paradox we find ourselves in. On one hand, you're being told everything is being done to protect you, for your safety. But on the other hand, the very things that make you safe are being stripped away. This political tactic has been executed with such strategic accuracy that those captivated and hypnotized by the continuous legacies media fear propaganda cannot see the trick except for one thing. They see you, they see the truckers, and now they see the lies! Distract and destroy! The whole tactic is to distract us and to destroy. Distract through fear and destroy through changing laws and the fundamental values we hold as a free nation. I will share with you, though, honestly, that every single day my smile gets bigger and bigger and my heart opens up more and more because I see Canadians like yourselves and all across this country waking up, standing up, and we're not just holding the line, we are pushing back and taking our country to new and better places. I want to send a huge thank you. I would get emotional at this part. Thank you to the organizers. You guys have put in so much work. You know, you guys, maybe you don't understand. There's calls going. I'm getting messages at ridiculous times, okay? There's a Zoom call. There's a this go. These people are putting so much work. There are so many unseen heroes. But I want to send a special thank you to you and to all of you for all your hard work and love for this nation. You inspire us all, and we have your backs 110%. Come on, give them more noise for the organizers! We're all here because of them! I want to thank all Canadians. Those who are fighting the information war and doing battle with the 24/7 propaganda machine, sharing, commenting, liking on social media, talking with family, friends, and co-workers. I want you to know, hear me when I say this, it all counts. Every action counts. Your words count. Don't ever think you're powerless. Don't ever think you can't do anything. It is clear today, you can do it. We are doing it. And not only are we doing it, but we are winning. I know it's been tough to go against the powerful establishment, but sometimes in life, you're granted an opportunity to be part of something greater than yourself, to do something incredible. Canada, this is your time. This is your opportunity to take back the reins of leadership and show the world what free Canadians can and will accomplish. This is a war of ideology. It's a war of conditioning, behavior modification, and compliance. It's a war of freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom of movement, freedom to assemble, and freedom of medical autonomy. My body, my choice. My body, my choice.
My body, my choice. My body, my choice.
So I'm going to call myself out right now because if you're listening, I keep using the word they. they are doing this, they are doing that. But I'm going to tell you, the reality is that word they does not cut it. Words that are used in broad terms without a proper definition given are both useless and very misleading. Let me give you an example of a word or phrase we have heard over the past 2 years, and let's dissect it a little bit. And here's the words we've been hearing. Follow the science. That's what they keep saying. Follow the science. Using the word science doesn't mean anything unless we know which scientist you are specifically asking us to follow. Science, just like the word government, is a man-made concept. It is not good enough to tell people to follow the science without giving us the names of the exact scientists they want us to follow. Science exists because scientists exist. You cannot separate them. Saying follow the science but not giving us who exactly we're following is not scientific at all. The second falsehood of this statement, follow the science, is that it assumes science is infallible and cannot be questioned, yet history has proven time and time again that science is not infallible, and it is better for humanity when it is allowed to be scrutinized and criticized by other members of the scientific community and the general public. Does that make sense to you? The third problem with this statement, follow the science. The third problem is that this statement is being used and refers only to the scientists in which the so-called leaders of this nation want us to hear from. Why did we not listen to Dr. Kary Mullis, the inventor of the PCR test, and his many interviews that clearly stated the PCR tests were never meant to be used this way and is not a diagnostic tool? All the numbers that they tried to use to justify this pandemic was based on the PCR test. If I want to know the purpose of something, I go to the founder and say, why did you make this? If I want to know the purpose of a microphone, I can go right to the inventor. And he'll say it's used to project your voice. I'll say that's the purpose. Dr. Kary Mullis, if you don't know him, please research and look his name up. He is the inventor of the PCR test, and he specifically has said this is not a diagnostic tool, and this is a misuse of that technology. So which science should we follow when we have the inventor telling us this is not right? Why was Dr. Malone, an American physician and biochemist, whose work focused on mRNA technology, pharmaceuticals, and drug repurposing research, why is his science less than your science when he's one of the leading experts in the world on mRNA technology, and he's saying this is not the way it's supposed to be used? So I ask you, which scientist are you following? I don't think you're following the science. I think you're following the money. So I will not be like others who use arbitrary words like they, science, and government. I will not do the same. I will give you specifics. So let's get specific on who is doing this. Not a government which is faceless or impersonal. Let us identify the faces and the personalities who have declared war on your, not, by the way, no politician or government grants you freedom. Freedom is your God-given right. It is your human right. You're alive, you're free. Done. So let's see, who are the players? Let's start here in New Brunswick with Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jennifer Russell and Health Minister Dorothy Shepherd. I don't mean to, swear at a family event, please. Forgive me. These two people are script readers, not leaders. They read the script that's been given to them by their superiors, and they put no questions or opposition. Yes, Mr. Higgs, I'll say that. Yes, Mr. Carty, I'll say that. Yes, Mr. Trudeau, I'll say that. I'll collect my 6 figures and I'll go home while the rest of us are struggling. Inflation is killing us and you are killing our country. That is not leadership. We will not follow. We will not be compliant by your example. We must ask for the immediate resignation of Dr. Jennifer Russell and Health Minister Dorothy Shepherd. And look, just a little side note, all right? If somebody is a health minister, please embody health yourself. Don't be an unhealthy health minister and then tell us what we should do with our bodies. It's crazy. Another player, Education Minister Dominic Carty, wants the power. Go ahead. How do we feel about Dominic Carty? Fire Carty. He wants the power to make decisions about what goes into your children's body. Why? Canada, please ask yourself this question. Why is the education minister after this kind of power? Why is the ex-leader of the NDP, who has switched parties and is now the provincial conservative bully and education minister, after such power? The word educate means to bring out from within. Please be very clear. Parents, I'm speaking to you. We no longer have an education system. We have an indoctrination system. They are telling your kids what to think. They are not teaching them how to think. Know the distinction. Know what real education is. This is indoctrination. They are indoctrinating your children in this wokeism, compliance to authority, and devaluing both national and spiritual values. Values of family, service to country and God, and personal responsibility. I'm so inspired. I've met so many people since we got involved in 2019, or 2019? Geez, has it been that long? Or 2020? I don't even know. Since we got involved. At the beginning. We've met so many people, and I'm so inspired by the number of families deciding to homeschool and bring back some of those traditional ways of living. Let's give it up for all the homeschoolers in our province and country! In my opinion, you're the real heroes and the real leaders! I applaud you for keeping those traditional values alive. I encourage all families of New Brunswick and Canada to consider the option of homeschooling until new leaders are put in place that want to educate your children, meaning they want to bring the greatness within them and bring it out of them, and they leave this wokeism, indoctrination, Marxist crap out of our systems and out of our nation. The education system is a slaughterhouse of creativity, individual expression, and thinking. It must be transformed. So, here are some of our local players who have done this to us. Because Dominic Carty is an active player in trying to dismantle Canada's current way of life and fold us into this new world order, which the plan is that we will own nothing and we will be happy. Are you happy? No! Only an indoctrinated, compliant and docile society would ever agree to this game plan of power and control. And that's why you have to protect our most important asset, which is your children. Not just their bodies, but their minds as well. Premier Higgs has put no opposition or questions about the validity of the information delivered by Health Canada. He has been Trudeau's puppet because he continuously makes decisions for his real bosses, which are not us who elected him in that position. They continue to say follow the science, but I'm asking you, Canada, follow the money, and then you will see the truth and motivation behind these lockdowns and this scamdemic. Did you know that the 10 most wealthiest families in Canada have all accumulated massive amounts of net worth during this pandemic, while me and you suffer with inflation and taxation like never before? Look at how we are all being weakened through our finances, while the rich keep getting richer. Inflation is going through the roof. Double taxation for income properties. Zero community involvement from our school systems. Low wages for nurses. Fuel taxes going up. Vehicle registration costs. Rents going out of control. Corporate welfare and industrial tax injustice for the rich, while the working class citizens who make you rich suffer and continues to pay more and more. That needs to end now! It's not easy being a leader. It's not easy. You know, some of you who don't know me, I got involved with politics. It's not an easy game. I didn't realize how nasty and corrupt it really was. We hear about it, but once you get involved and you see how they try to discredit you and defame you, and as soon as you start making waves, they're all over you. But what they don't tell you is what we hear when we're picking up the phone. I've got mothers calling me afraid because they can't find affordable prices to live, and they're afraid to inject their children with an experimental vaccine. I have nurses calling me, telling me the truth about what's going on in hospitals. I have small business owners who have put their life savings, sweat and tears, calling me because they're going bankrupt and losing everything. These mandates have done way more damage than the virus ever did, and your propaganda continues to prey on the fear of our people, our cities, our towns, and we demand it stops now! When does it stop? Let's go up a little bit to Mr. Trudeau. Mr. Trudeau has stated that he wants to serve Canadians for a long time to come. How do you feel about that? This guy's delusional. Yet at the same time, he prances around the world calling Canada a post-nation state or post-national state. If you don't know what that means, he's telling the rest of the world Canada has no identity. He wants to be the poster boy for the UN, which is a bunch of dictators and socialist countries. The UN is a disorganized organization, and he wants to be their poster boy. Yes, he did sell out to China. Yes, he did sell us to the global elites, but we will not have it here. He's telling us we have no Canadian identity. He publicly admires dictatorship nations. Mr. Trudeau, I want you to hear these words very clearly. You have divided this nation more than any other person in the history of Canada. You have promoted ways to divide us in so many ways. Your identity politics is killing our nation. You've divided us on color, sex, religion, economic status, gender, and now we are living the rise of a new division, pharmaceutical apartheid. This is apartheid. This is a two-tier system, and this is not the fundamental values that the Canadian people set up and wish to live in. They are stripping away your rights and freedoms while taking more power and control. Look at all the new bills that they're trying to pass into law. The most dangerous being bills of censorship. The main threat to freedom in a nation is the threat to freedom of speech. That is why it is so important that we gather and we speak, because it is our God-given right to speak and it secures our freedom. The basis of a free nation is freedom of speech. Without freedom of speech, the decline of innovation, healthy debate, scientific debate, ideas and creativity are stifled, making us weak and compliant. You have pinned us up against each other, Mr. Trudeau, but hear me now. We are strong and bigger than your divisive politics. Your plan was to distract and destroy, but our plan is to unite and prosper, and we are winning! United we stand. We have a pandemic, but it's not COVID. It's Trudeau, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, I haven't mentioned this name in any of my speeches, but let's go there. I want to mention one more player going even up above Trudeau, and his name is Klaus Schwab. Let me tell you something, Mr. Schwab. This is Canadian soil. These are Canadian people. And your economic agenda and your digital revolution and your communist agenda has no place in these borders. You are not Canadian. You are not an elected official. And you have zero right telling these people of our nation what will happen in these borders, and we will protect that all the way. Mental health, addiction, the breakdown of family and community values have disconnected us. As free Canadians, we must hold to the Charter of Rights and Freedom and never allow them to divide us. I personally traveled through this entire nation, coast to coast, and my experience of Canada isn't a bunch of racist, misogynistic, hateful people. I mean, you know I've been called a white supremacist, right? I mean that's some serious propaganda right there, like, you know. So that's not been my experience. I've been coast to coast. I partied with the best of them, trust me, okay? I love Canadian parties. Anyways, I won't go there. Here's my experience of Canada. Kind, tolerant, a heck of a good time. I'm not saying that we don't have issues, but what I'm saying is that we are way more progressive and inclusive. Canada has always been the beacon for the world of inclusivity, of multiculturalism, and respecting people's way of life while harmonious living together. We've always been that way, but your divisive politics is ruining that fabric. But we are still the world leaders of inclusion, and that will continue to be our legacy as a nation. So what is the solution? The solution is you. They don't have power. They have the illusion of power. You have the power. Turn your your fear into fuel for action. Sometimes it can be scary. It's scary to come out to these things. Myself and Sarah were talking about, remember going to our first rally? And we were like, oh my gosh, are we going to get arrested? Oh my gosh, are we going to get fined? Oh my gosh. And then we kept going, and recognized it's smoke and mirrors. They're just creating an illusion of power, but we actually have the power. So, turn that fear and become courageous. The sweetest emotion in this world is devotion. To give yourself something bigger, to give yourself to something bigger than yourself is what's required right now. They want you to be compliant, to lose your individuality and become a drone in their new world agenda. To attack the minds of people is simple. Keep people apart and keep them plugged in to a constant messaging of danger. They are conditioning you for compliance the same way they train dogs and cats. But we are not dogs and cats. We are not animals. We are free Canadians. Freedom! 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 Everyone here today at this rally, everybody watching home, Canadians from coast to coast and people all over the world, I want to leave you with this vision. I've seen a vision for our country. We will forge strong Canadian unity and end identity politics within our nation. My friends, I love you so much. My name is Nicholas Pereira. Please connect with me on social media and take this vision with you, not just in your minds, but anchor it in your heart. I see a free and united Canada, where the people of this land live in unity while embracing each other's differences and individuality, which each and every single one of us brings to this nation. I see families spending more time together, no longer being weakened by the constant negative news and constant messaging of fear. I see smiles of children, parents, and people of all walks because they know they are safe. That opportunity for prosperity is available through free markets and trade. I see people freely filling their places of worship, community centers, and favorite places to go without being asked to show me your papers. This is not a show me your papers nation. And I see new types of leaders emerging. Some of the leaders that we have here today. Leaders who value people over profits, who value national pride, unity, and leaders who will reach out and build bridges that unite Canada. We are the greatest nation in the world. Never forget it. Always love it. I love you. God bless Canada, and God bless the free souls of this world. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Nick. We're going to get Jasmine's mom up here. She's going to speak to us as well.
Yeah. You want to go? Let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, me
Those who
too.
may or may not know me.
Well, it's not my knee, but
I'm
it's like crampy.
Jasmine's mom. I'm here today to fight and stand for our freedom and rights. As a mother of a vaccine-injured child, I want to express my feelings about this whole nightmare that we live in since last September, and how the deaths affect our families. Prior to September 22nd, everything was fine in our home. I was working, Jasmine was focusing on her marks at school, and we were planning her big milestone, which is her graduation, and her entry into the nursing school. But everything has changed grotesquely fast after Jasmine got her second dose of the COVID vaccine. She went from being healthy, walking, to being in constant pain and unable to walk. Since then, we must adjust to our new lifestyle. I'm unable to work due to Jasmine's condition. I have to stay home and take care of my daughter and to advocate for her. It breaks my heart to see her in this situation and in pain all the time. As you know, as a parent, we want all the best for our children. This is not what I wanted and wished for Jasmine. It does have its impact on all of us, physically and mentally. Jasmine would wake up mostly every night in